up, everyone? Welcome to Ring the Bell. My name's Joey Mayberry. You love me, you hate me, you don't care about me. You're here for this, girl.
Hi, this is the interdimensional She-Ro, Moxie Molly, and I feel the same way you feel, Joey.
Sometimes I feel like we're like the Cosmo and Wanda of this channel, like we're perfect that way.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and jump on into what happened this week on NXT because it was a gauntlet match.
A second chance gauntlet match.
Where we had Shotzi, let's try to remember this whole thing. Xia Li, Aaliyah,
Caden Carter,
Dakota Kai.
And
Who are we missing? It was 6 people, right?
Deonna Purrazzo.
We forgot the Virtuosa.
After tonight, this week's match is kind of indicative, but anyway.
We got a lot in this match. We also got to see Shotzi Blackheart walk out. And I think I'm loving her more and more each week because as she progresses in WWE, she looks more and more like a Mountain Dew can.
That's her gear. Straight up.
But no, I love it. She started off the match with Miss Deonna Purrazzo, and I love her gear. Because I remember when she first came with like the kind of strap leg look, we automatically compared that to Aaliyah. I think she repurposed that gear just a little bit or tailored it because now there's no straps in the back. It's literally just that nude. It's so cute. I love it.
It almost looks like she designed it to be like a bottom of like traditional like bikini bottom. Kind of cool. I don't know. It looks like it covers all of her stuff, but yet there's a lot of sheerness. So we had Shotzi go over with a senton from Shotzi from the top rope. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to be a hater, but like Deonna and Shotzi are two very talented ladies, but they worked so fast. Like I can't even remember anything but the senton off the top rope. Like in wrestling, they tell you sometimes you have to slow down. Everything was good, but like I couldn't register really what was happening. And I was like, oh, like, wow, people come and go so quickly here.
That's really fair, honestly, because if you want to take that line and just kind of put it to the rest of this match, like once Deonna got eliminated, they were just feeding people to Shotzi.
Yeah, I was like, badass, because maybe Shotzi has a chance, but we'll get to that later.
The next person out was Miss Xia Li, who's miraculously healed after a week, and doing
crazy things with the freaking knee. Like it's not like it harmed her at all.
No, I mean, I guess it took her out of action for a night, but that's about it. Xia really didn't showcase much during this match. She kind of got her butt kicked when she ran.
I was actually very surprised in a way, like that. I felt like that weird sort of over the back submission came out of nowhere, and I didn't think Xia would tap. So I thought that was really shocking.
I do love that submission that Shotzi's doing. That's fun. 3, have you noticed lately when Xia's in a match, I don't think a lot of people fully know how to take her kicks. I feel like a lot of people are like overly covering or bumping a little bit too early or late with things. It just seems to be happening whenever she's in the ring. Like some kicks just look really off.
I would say that her kicks for the most part look like they're probably pretty stiff. So if anyone had it before, they were probably just a little bit like, ugh, you know what I mean? And I'm just going a little bit too soon. But it's wrestling, like we were saying in our last week. Sometimes it's a little stiff. Sometimes that's what she said. Sometimes it's a little stiff. Sometimes you get hurt. You know what I mean? Like you just got to take it.
Aaliyah really didn't showcase anything against Shotzi either, which was.
I feel like Aaliyah might have been in the ring the least amount of time because at least with Xia Li, we had a commercial break and it kind of like spread out her time in the ring. Like, I feel like Aaliyah was there maybe 90 seconds. And again, we said this last week, like she's kind of better than that. When are we going to see more than that? But it's also, that's what we expect.
I mean, I didn't see anything different that was going to come from this outcome. I didn't think Aaliyah was walking to this match winning. She doesn't win.
Right. We didn't. Yeah.
After Miss Aaliyah, we find. Am I skipping anyone?
No, Caden Carter. Battle of the Green Hair.
Caden Carter really didn't showcase much in this match.
I feel like she's the only one, and even honestly over Shotzi, that actually still had some charisma. Like Shotzi, even I expect a lot from her. The only thing we got from her once is she howled, but she wasn't really working the proverbial crowd at all. But I feel like Caden still came out with like looking at the imaginary people that aren't there. Like she did the damn thing.
So once Caden got eliminated and Dakota finally came out. I thought Dakota worked pretty well for an empty arena.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Obviously, the second half of the match really picked up, and you could get into it a little bit more. I also do like how Dakota slowed Shotzi down. All the other competitors, it was like bam, bam, bam. I can't really remember anything except senton off the top rope, cool, over the back submission, cool, over the back submission, senton off the top rope. That's the exact sequence people got eliminated. And then here comes Dakota Kai like, I have more ring experience on national television than all of you. Yeah. I'm the big boss. I'm going to tell you all what to do.
I dig everything about Dakota Kai. From the new hair, like, her hair looked great this week.
It did. I wanted her hair. Like, when we were talking about if my hair looked okay, I wish my hair could look like her.
I wish my hair looked like Dakota Kai's. What? But then it was like also on both sides, like very bushy, like very.
Do it?
She brought the best kind of heel she could, and then you got big Raquel Gonzalez in the corner that helped be the determining factor. So we get Dakota Kai with the win, and Dakota Kai is going to the ladder match next week.
Which I think we all actually guessed that was going to happen, but like the way they put over Shotzi leading up to that, I was like, oh, is this going to be an extreme upset? Ooh, what's going to happen? And then I was like, literally halfway through it, I was like, they've built up Dakota way too much for Shotzi to win over her.
I wanted Shotzi to win. I love Shotzi. I think she's just a great talent. She's one of my favorite new people to burst onto the scene within the last year. But it needed to be Dakota. Dakota's that, like, already most established heel on the roster, so you really needed her in that. The variable in this match is going to be Chelsea Green, because she's the only one we haven't seen in like a more hardcore style of match, because every other woman we've seen has been in like war games and ladder matches and things like that.
Like, who's really doing the stuff that Dakota Kai is doing right now on NXT US? Like, she's a force to be reckoned with.
No one is. The real big heels that are also in this match with her are like Io Shirai, who's like the cool heel, so she's not really a heel. Chelsea Green, who's still yet to really establish herself. So yeah, she's the baddie in charge. Now we have a solid 6 women for our ladder match, but what we didn't get was much hype to WrestleMania this weekend.
I feel like no one really knows what's going on, so they're kind of just like, yeah, as long as another week of wrestling.
Solid week for NXT. Are you excited for the ladder match?
I think the people they chose to be in it is going to make it exciting.
It's time to jump across the pond, Miss Moxley.
Are we not going to talk about Jake Atlas, everyone?
He made his debut on this episode of NXT, and he fought Dexter Lumis, who was also, I guess, making his debut, but I feel like I've seen him on TV already. He kind of got squashed, but like that NXT squash where you get a little bit of offense in, but overall you're getting squashed in the match. But it's overly cool to see like a out and then signed and then full-on LGBT man in the ring doing his thing. So I'm excited to see that.
Today is my lucky day. Finally, we are here with Jake Atlas. Hey guys.
Represent. Maybe he'll get more in than freaking Sonya Deville.
And if his career ever gets lost, he can always use an Atlas. So let's hop across the pond and talk about NXT UK, because this week, let me tell you, it was Nina Samuels going against Aoife Valkyrie.
I wrote it down phonetically, so we didn't get a Nika.
I love Nina Samuels. I think she's great.
I'm actually going to say that this was, first of all, my favorite match of the week that we're going to discuss.
Agreed.
Second of all, I don't think I was understanding what Nina was before this week. Now I do, because a commentary started to say how she's like been in shows on the West End and blah, blah, blah. So really, Nina Samuels is my life. And so she's a former musical theater star who's now like a big-timey, give my regards to Broadway, embellished woman that's also wrestling, because if we can learn choreography, we can learn wrestling moves.
Oh, it was so great. Like, I love her pose that she does with like a little hand, because I'm just like, it's so very like ka-dum, and all that jazz, and then and I'm
right. Like, the very first thing she did in the ring, she kind of like shook her hips, but she didn't do it in like a twerky kind of way. She did it in like a legitimate like cell block tango way, where she was like,
oh, for that cool reversal.
Yeah. Like, I was like, oh, Velma Kelly right there, girl.
This match was like everything. Have they changed Aoife Valkyrie's entrance from previously to this week? They talked about it a lot, but this week seemed on. Like, that entrance was spot on.
The camera work, all of the smoke, even how they kind of use the silhouettes of fans to seem like she had like an army behind her. Yeah, it was amazing. And I feel like they might be taking some inspiration from Ms. musical theater star Nina Samuels and really dramaticing up, their whole production quality. That is what actually gets me into wrestling. Mm-hmm. So when people ask me like some of my favorites, it sounds generic, but I say people like The Undertaker, but not because like he had the streak or whatever, but like he's dramatic AF about it. So you guys know that sometimes I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling, but when I saw it and I could peek and like see it at friends' houses, I have like this memory of like there was like these old foam tombstones and like smoke and like the Undertaker's coming out with his like that's the dramatic stuff. Like
we like the pageantry, right?
Yeah, and like I say, musical theater stuff. Like it reminds me of like a really dramatic acrobatic show.
It's a really dramatic acrobatic show, and then facial expressions were on point.
Undertaker when he's always like. Gets me going.
Hold on. I want to see if you can you do the eyes?
Am I doing it?
Yeah. Come on. Just solid match. Aoife's kicks like come out of nowhere. They're stiff. They're great. And then I freaking love that axe kick finisher. It's so good. They called it something this week, and I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out what they were saying on commentary.
Yeah. Oh, a guillotine, like, switch kick or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but it had a name. But it looks devastating. NXT UK's women's division is popping.
It made me actually feel Aoife more, because, like, sometimes I was a little bit cloudy about her character. But, like, this match, poppin', everything I wanted. Like I said, my favorite of the match, like, kind of makes me sad that they can't come over here and, like, integrate themselves into everything happening this week.
After Aoife got her win with her axe kick, we went backstage to see Miss Piper Niven, who was doing a promo about next week because Piper Niven's teaming up with Danny Luna to take on Kaylee Ray and Jenny, who's coming back. Finally, where's my Jenny been?
I feel like Niven is flat. Like, there's no inflection in her voice. I don't know. She used to capture my heart. Now I'm just like, when's she gonna be off the screen?
She captures my heart when she's in the ring and she's wrestling, but when she's not in the ring and they have her talk or be like the rescue or the whatever you want to call it, no, it's just a miss. And I wish it was so much better because like every time I see Piper step between the ropes and get in that ring, I'm such a fan of her. But whenever she's doing anything outside of it, I lose all investment, and it's so sad.
Moving on, we are going to AEW, which last week we didn't get to review because they didn't happen to have a ladies match. This week we did get a match on AEW. Hikaru Shida and Anna Jay.
Don't forget that double Y.
I know, it was like the most generic indie name, but it has two Y's. So it's like Anna Jay.
Anna Jay. She also seemed very generic diva.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, I loved the hair whip a la Summer Rae to the face, everything she did worked, and I liked the kind of attitude she was trying to pull off. It seemed very contrast to how they're trying to build Hikaru, because like everyone else has kind of looked at her as like a threat. This girl who we've never heard of walks in, she's like, I got my diva hair. And you know what? I like her. Give me some diva. I'll take it.
Maybe it's because there was no audience there. I feel like she had all the right stuff. There was just like no connection, no charisma. Like I just wasn't feeling her because I just feel like she's generic. Like it was like a Band-Aid on the situation. They couldn't get another person in, so they call a really good person local. Like she was really good. Nothing was botched. Everything was smooth as butter, but it was just like, I don't know. I didn't buy into her. I think it was obviously just a jobber match, which jobbers don't exist right now because wrestling doesn't exist.
It was overall a jobber type match, but legit, what did it mean is my big thing. Because we've talked for the past few weeks and then they skipped 1 or 2 weeks of women's action. And it looks like they're building Hikaru to be the next big contender for the women's championship against Nyla, because Hikaru is currently number 1. So it seems like they're trying to build into that. but it doesn't seem like they care. Maybe Nyla can't come out and defend her title, or maybe she can't be on the show. Maybe something's going on there.
Well, commentary wouldn't stop talking about how she's the number one contender. So there's that. I don't think that there's anything going on with Nyla. I would just say it's all this uncertainty. Like some people having to stay home, some people not being able to travel. Like she's been putting funny stuff on her social media. So I'm sure she's just quarantined and going crazy just as much as us. In the middle of this match, Britt Baker had me rolling when she was like 6 feet. 6 feet.
6 feet.
6 feet. 6 feet. Like, we rolling.
I love Britt Baker. I love her on the outside, but why was she there?
True. I mean, just probably to add something.
I guess so. I don't feel like they know what to do with her now that they've established her as something. Because we've seen her kind of almost start a feud with Big Swole. We've seen her almost now start a feud with Hikaru, but neither of them went anywhere. I think that's my big problem with AEW is just there's so much stuff that could be a story, but there's no continuity to anything.
This is just my personal take on it. And I've been very critical of AEW from its women's division from its conception. I really feel like they started to build all this and then coronavirus happened. So they're trying to, no disrespect to WWE, they're trying not to blow their proverbial load of storylines. They're trying to just like make them linger a little bit. You know what I mean? And then once everyone can come back, they'll hit us hard.
I support the idea of don't blow your load too quick, but I also am just kind of like, girl, it's April now. It's the first ring the bell of April. What?
Ding dong.
Yeah, but we've had since October. Don't blow your load too quick, but also it's kind of that point where you're just trying too hard at the end and you're just like, are you gonna come? Like, is it gonna happen?
Yeah. I'm erasing all of that other stuff because we saw in the last couple weeks, like since they came back from their break, they started to actually legitimize the women's division and start to build it. That's what I'm saying is like, so we started to see some momentum, but then coronavirus happened. So I feel like they're just like, we don't want to mess up and like kind of nightmare collective all of this and just like throw this storyline. And then like now we've got all this messy spaghetti of storyline. I don't know. I feel like I can kind of respect what they're doing, but also as there was no one on AEW Dark, so we're not even going to talk about that. There was no ladies on AEW Dark or AEW last week. I just feel like it's much more challenging for them to get female competitors there right now.
Yeah, but also, like, if you're going to build Hikaru as your number one contender, please just have some sort of semblance that your champion cares or that she's even going for it. I don't know. There's just something. Like, I love the statistics thing. It's starting to kind of actually grow on me a lot to where I'm like, okay, this is a little cool to follow like the match statistics and go this way. But I still need some sort of structure to the overall story arc so that once this contender's done, I'm ready to move on to the next one.
I think we'll get it once we figure out what's going on with coronavirus.
Moxie.
Hey, Joey.
What's your boom
blast
moment of the week?
My boom blast moment of the week goes to Aoife Valkyrie when she did that kick through the ropes to Nina Samuels, and then she was like sat on the ropes and like did her little like, and she's like, "Ay!" And like if you've ever been across the pond to UK brethren, they kind of do stuff like that. Like their crowd is even different, but like they just yell out like "Oi, oi, oi!" and then like it gets people going. And so she kind of was just like "Oi, oi, oi!" And I liked it.
My boom blast moment of the week is also going to Miss Nina Samuels. It is going to her entrance where she does that pose in the spotlight on the turnbuckle.
She's my life. Like, I think she's my new favorite. I can't wait to see more of her. I want to meet her. Can we get her on our show? I want to know about her. I'm obsessed.
Nina, if you're watching, let us know.
Girl, we can wear the most sparkly, sequined, like freaking one-piece leotards. I will wear some freaking feathers in my hair. We will eyelash glue those rhinestones on my face. We will make this a fabulous. We will find our limelight. And we will live our 15 minutes of fame, girl.
This is the best show ever. Nina, where you at? I want some sparkle. Moxie?
Joey, where can people find you?
I mean, you can find me at Joey_Mayberry on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or at Facebook /The Joey Mayberry.
You can find me on all social media platforms at that's THEE, Moxie Molly. Very exciting. I'm not sure, toying with the idea of having my own Patreon, so tell me if you would like that or not. And as always, please don't forget to ring the bell to subscribe to be the first to know about all of our newest videos, lives, chats, rumors, gossip, etc., etc.
Or we're just going to sit here and have some cocktails and have some fun with y'all. Please, everyone, stay safe, be well, and we will see you. And healthy. And we'll see you next week.
Enjoy quarantine.
Bye.